Hello everyone, welcome back to another banner reaction. I'm DTM as always, and we have with us the Hoshidan Summer banner. Yeah, we already know what this is since we have seen the FEH channel, but I'm actually really excited that Hoshidan Summer is back, and all these units look pretty interesting, so I'm excited to actually learn what their kits are and see whether or not they're good or not. So yeah, this is going to be a more of an analysis instead of a reaction since obviously we have seen it before. So I will be stopping. But yeah, without further ado, let us begin. As always, if you like the content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz. Helps for our channel. Only takes 5 seconds to subscribe, but truly does help us channel a lot. I really do appreciate all the content support. All right, if I remember correctly, the first one. Whoops. Okay, I accidentally. I accidentally hit the wrong thing, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, if I remember correctly, I think the first one is Mia, I believe, right? Yeah. Yep, Mia with the cotton candy. That thing is like
so cute.
so funny. I love it. Alright. Alright, so we have speed defense prime. That would have been good before like all the bonus stealing stuff. But anyways, summertime axe. What does this do? Enables CANTO Rem +1. Okay, that's just standard CANTO. We have slaying, all stats +5. At start of turn, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 20%, grants speed defense res +6, neutralize effectives against flying bonuses. Okay, so there's the IO shield that we saw in the trailer, and reduces the percentage of foes non-special reduced damage by X% skills by 50% during combat, excluding AoEs, 2 unit for 1 turn. Okay, so this all of that is a positive buff, basically a positive status effect, and so you get the DR piercing, you get the IO shield, you get those stat buffs. Again, visible. Alright. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 20%, grants bonus to units all stats equals 15% of unit speed at start of combat. Neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge minus X on units, so no guard. Unit deals plus X times 5 damage max 30, so that's true damage. And reduces damage from foes attacked by X times 3 during combat. Max 18, excluding AoEs. And also when foes attack triggers foe special, reduces damage further by X times 3 with max 18, excluding AoEs. X being the number of bonus effects active on unit and foe, excluding stat bonuses. And then you get some healing. Okay, so basically the idea is you want to stack bonuses as much as possible, and with that you get more true damage and you get more flat damage reduction. The damage reduction here is flat, and so because the max is 18, you have to get like 6 bonuses, I think, if you want to take full advantage of this. Yeah, you want 6 bonuses to get the maximum effect. And so her weapon gives... how much does it give? Okay, her weapon only gives 2 so far. So we have 4 more to go. Thankfully, as a flyer, there's quite a bit of effects you can give. Like, you can get, like, orders. You can get, like... probably get, like, no penalties or something like that. So hopefully the rest of her kit has something that can take advantage of that. You could get charge, actually, as well. And snap. The snap will actually help, too, because that will give the extra movement. And so that will be 1 more. So that will be 3 bonuses. So we have 3 more remaining to reach cap. So what does Pegasus Rift do? Is this the counterpart to Wyvern Rift? Inflicts attack speed -4 on foe during combat. If unit speed plus res is greater than or equal to foe speed plus res -10, excluding effects from Phantom. Okay, so this doesn't apply any Phantom effects. Interesting. Unit deals plus X damage and reduces damage from foe's first attack by X during combat. X being this unit's res at start of combat -30, min 0, max 10, and this includes Braves. Okay, so basically plus 10 damage at max. And a flat 10 damage reduction at max as well, including Braves. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. Foe cannot make a follow-up attack. Okay, so we have Omnibreaker. And increases the speed difference necessary for a foe to make a follow-up attack by 20 during combat. Okay, and then we have the sort of Diamond font that I think Wyvern Rift head, if I remember correctly. I don't have Wyvern Rift, so I don't exactly know, but I think that's what it is. So yeah, definitely more speed res based than the other one, I think, but still has some pretty good effects that a lot of the frontline flyers, the melee flyers, would really appreciate. The true damage and more flat damage reduction is nice. It does compound with the effects in her weapon. And like for more like res based flyers, that would definitely be good. I do wonder how good this is compared to Wyvern Rift though, because like Wyvern Rift is really good because it was mainly about defense, and as a melee flyer, defense is the more important stat because generally you'll be like as a front line. Generally in something like Summoner's Duels, you will have like a far save if you're going to do that thing, and therefore the main focus of the flyer frontline, besides enabling guidance support and debuffs and whatnot, is to be able to frontline tank against melees. And yeah, Wyvern Rift is for speed defense. So yeah, I don't think this will be as good as Wyvern Rift personally. Because again, like this is pretty much the same as Wyvern Rift, except it's speed defense. There's like probably a couple small things, but for the main effects, yeah. Because again, like as a melee frontline as a flyer, if you're going to be running Pegasus Rift or Wyvern Rift, which is mainly where I see these sort of tanky flyer skills used, you want to be stacking defense, not res, and so yeah. I don't think this is as good as Wyvern Rift. Still pretty good though, so I think a bunch of flyers would definitely appreciate that. Mia is short 3 bonuses though, so she's going to have to get that somewhere else. I guess you can run like Echo, like Echo to get 4, but like you rather run Soaring Guidance Echo on her. So she's gonna have to get those 3 to reach cap elsewhere, because like as it stands with only 3, she's getting 9 flat damage reduction. So yeah, I'm sure there's ways to like get it. You'll probably switch speed defense prime for like, I don't know, is Hexblade? I don't think Hexblade is an option, actually, now that I think about it. There's probably some options that you could do. Again, like charge support. You already have extra movement. Probably some like Dolaws, like from Amelia or something. You have to keep that in mind. And you got to be watch out for Nurgles and Thors, of course, as well. I guess technically, the weapon also includes bonuses on the foes. So that is a way to get the other 3. That's not as consistent though, so I rather have everything be consistent on you, but I guess it's not too bad because it is relatively fine to rely on foes having bonuses, I guess. But yeah, interesting.
Pretty good, right?
That only did 59 damage, like that with a special. That's weird.
Thank you for inviting me to the.
Again, I think she will be a similar role to like Ashnerd or something. That's probably where I see it. All right, Breezy Spear. Okay, Lucia, what do you have? Unit can counterattack regardless of foe's range, so we have DC. Unit and target cannot trigger special during combat or area effect specials. Okay, so we have like the Nihil sort of effect, except it also includes AoEs. Actually, did base Lucia also deny AoEs? I can't remember. It's been so long since I used Lucia. Let me check. Yeah, okay, so base Lucia also denied AoE. So okay, that's to be expected, I guess. Again, I couldn't remember. Just had to check that out. Okay, so we do have the effect that Lucia, I guess, is now indicative, the theme for her. All right. Grants all stats plus 5 to unit. Grants bonus to units. All stats equals 15% of unit speed at start of combat, and deals damage equals to 20% of unit speed during combat, and restores 70 HP to unit after combat. Disables skills of all other foes and allies during combat, excluding unit and target. Disables the following effects for both unit and target during combat: defensive terrain effects, support effects, guaranteed follow-up attacks, effects that prevent follow-up attacks, effects that prevent counterattacks, and effects that change attack power. Okay, so again, this is just doubling down on the Lucia thing. Although it's interesting that it also disables all sort of terrain effects, which, if so, like you can't really use the stones on her. But I guess it also like clears away like the miasma and the flames. I'm not sure how relevant that is compared to stone support, but I guess that is something that could be beneficial to her. Yeah, and you disable support effects. So that's basically like the ally support things. So you don't get those. You don't get any drives or anything. Again, this is like the 1v1, no items, Fox only final destination unit, right? And again, this is just the same thing. But now also applying to defensive terrain and getting true damage. Something interesting here is that right now she doesn't actually have any damage reduction. Only AS Bulwark is giving her damage reduction. So that's interesting. So again, I guess you have to go Vital Astra then, because you can run Godlike Reflexes for the damage reduction. I mean, you can for the true damage, so you can like double down on that. But the thing is, like, we've gotten a lot of damage reduction piercing these days, so I don't know if Bulwark is enough. Like, there's no unpierceable DR from what I can see so far. We have Rally Up Speed Plus. We have AS Bulwark. Okay, we have Firm Canto Curve. So this is the Canto 4, I guess. So that's interesting. If foe within 4 spaces of this unit triggers Canto, inflicts Canto control on it. Okay, so that's space Canto control. Prevents after start of turn effects trigger. Action ends immediately. Status effects from being inflicted on unit and allies within 3 spaces of unit. Okay, so this is like anti-Sather, anti-Lyon. Leon's actually dead. I mean, Lyon was already really fell off before when we had Breath of Life. He went from like 80% to like 50%, I think, in the SES usage, but now it's like actually gone. Because you want to run Canto controls anyways, and so, yeah. For unit and allies within 3 spaces of unit, neutralizes effects that would end their turn as a result of foes' skills, or that after start of turn effects enter immediately status. Okay, yeah. Okay, so basically this is just Canto control plus anti-end turn. So in something like Summer's Duels, this just means like Lyon and Sather are pretty bad now. Assuming, of course, this gets widespread. Honestly, Lucia herself isn't that great, if I'm going to be completely honest. Unless, like, her stats are insane. I'm not really that big on Lucia. Has no unpierceable DR. And because, again, she's like the 1v1 me bro, you can't have Breath of Life support to support her. So she herself has to run Breath of Life support, which means that if you run into any start of turn damage or burn damage, then like there's no way to mitigate that for her unless she runs Breath of Life herself, which you're going to have to inherit, which is not the worst thing in the world, but like you lose out on Firm Canto Curb, which I guess as an Omni tank is fine, right? Like, yeah, it's fine, but still, you'd rather not. And again, like no unpierceable DR is really, really going to be an issue, I think. I think if you get her, you'd probably like fodder Canto Curb to like some other units. That would be what I do personally. Because yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Lucia as of now. It'll depend, of course, on the stats. She might have like some crazy overtuned stats. And of course, do take this with a grain of salt because we don't know for certain until we get these in the game itself. But just from first impressions, in like this 15 minutes that I've seen this, I'm not that impressed personally. I think if you get her, you'd probably get like Firm Canto curb on like your other on your like rearmed or attune units and just hand that out to people. Yeah, so anyone that ran Canto Control, you probably just want to run this. Like, yeah. It's pretty easy, honestly, to slot in. I love how they still had the cloud on Loki. I just want to say that. Okay, Loki did that much damage. That is very concerning. What? That's kind of crazy, actually.
Hoshidan Summer Festival is as expected.
Alright, Leo, you're the DMO, so you don't really matter. Although we have a colorless tome. Colorless inheritable tome. Ooh, Fatal Smoke 3 is actually some good bridge fodder. Juicy Bucketful Plus. At start of turn, if unit's HP is going to equal to 20%, grants attack plus 6, and if unit initiates common unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack to unit for 1 turn. So that is a visible status. At start of combat, if unit's HP is going to equal to 20%, grants all stats plus 4 to unit during combat and deals plus X damage. X being the number of bonus active on units and foe excluding stat bonus times 5, max 25 excluding AoEs. Alright, interesting. Again, it's kind of a shame it's a colorless tome though, because like it's kind of useless. Most colorless units have like good weapons already. So yeah.
Quite a comfortable outfit.
Alright. Alright, let's see what this harmonic does. Let's see if Oblivion's wallet is actually broken and dead. Red flyer. Red mage flyer. Okay.
You wear that yukata well.
Let's... Ooh, attack speed mastery. Interesting. I'll need to take a look at that. I see Kanto 2 there, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's see what Fluttering Fan does. Accelerate special trigger. If there is an ally within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit, grants bonus to units all stats equals to 5 plus the number of foes within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on units times 3, max 14. If any space within 2 spaces of a unit has Divine Vein effect applied or counts as difficult terrain, excluding impassable terrain, value is treated as 14. Okay, that is that's a condition that I swear we had that condition before, but I can't exactly remember which unit had that condition. But either way, basically you get potential max plus 14 additional to all stats if you can meet all of that. Neutralizes foes bonuses to speed res, so dull speed res during combat, and also if units attack and trigger unit special, so you have an offensive special. Grants special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack, and special cooldown count -1 to units before unit's first follow-up attack. Okay, so we have special jump on both initial and follow-up. And also, if unit's HP is less than or equal to 99% when triggering their specials, unit deals plus 10 damage. Okay, so if you are damaged, you deal extra damage when you have your special procced. Okay. If there's an ally within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit, and if unit's speed is greater than foe speed, foe cannot counterattack. Okay, so you have sweep as long as there's an ally within 3 rows or 3 columns and you outspeed them. All right. For allies within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit, if allies attack and trigger allies special, neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge -X on ally, and grants special cooldown count -1 to ally before ally's first attack during combat. And you have the same if you're damaged. When your special triggers, you deal plus 10 damage. Okay, so I think this is the first null guard support that we've had. Is it? I think the only other one is legendary female Byleth, but obviously that's season locked. As a support, I like null guard, honestly. Like this really, and it's not even just null guard. You also get special jump. It's only on the ally's first attack during their combat, so it doesn't work for follow-up attacks, unlike herself. But as a support, this is pretty cool, actually. I will say, right now she doesn't have any damage reduction piercing or any start of turn damage. And also, like, outside of the damage, extra damage in the special, there's no other source of true damage. But she does have sweep, and she does have all those effects. So maybe she can nuke pretty hard. I don't know. I think so far, it's going to be a little bit hard, though. But let me read the rest of her kit to see what it has. All right, attack speed mastery. If unit has entered combat during the current turn, enables CANTO 2. Okay. How that's worded, it makes me think that you have to attack to get the CANTO. You can't just like break a block or anything and get the CANTO. You have to initiate and do a combat in order to get this CANTO, if I read this correctly. All right. At start of combat, if foe's HP is greater than or equal to 50%, grants attack speed +7 to unit during combat. And also, if any space within 2 spaces of unit has Divine Vein effect applied or counts as difficult terrain, excluding impassable terrain, grants attack speed +4 to unit during combat. Okay, so basically, if you meet all the conditions, it's +11 to attack and speed, and you get the CANTO 2. I think this is pretty good, actually. Like, getting those stats is really, really nice. And the CANTO 2, if you don't have CANTO in your weapon, like, having CANTO is so good. Like, it's actually super good. I think this might be like an evolution of attack speed catch. Actually, I don't know. The icon seems hard to parse, but yeah. Granting, like, if you meet all the conditions, attack speed +11 and CANTO 2 if you enter combat is really, really good. So I really, really like this A skill. It might not be the most damage-wise compared to, like, Flared Sparrow or some of the other A skills that we've had. But I do think it ranks there. And so I think this is pretty decent. Again, because of the CANTO 2, just the utility that provides is really, really good. All right, what else do you have? Okay, so we have Resonance Blower 4. Oh yeah, we knew about that. So that's where the damage reduction piercing comes in. And we have Crux. All right. We know what that does. So we have some like guaranteed follow-up attack support. Huh. I mean, as a support, I think she'll be really, really good. I just don't know if her damage makes it worth. Maybe. I think it could work. I guess Moonbow's fine. Maybe you run Ruptured Sky. We need like a Flyer Mage special. That's what we need. What else do we have? Okay, so we have Brave Tiki here. Base kit Brave Tiki, I'm assuming. Huh. She didn't activate the special there because of Brave Tiki. That's an interesting showcase. What? But yeah, we get the, we saw there, we see the CANTO 2 from Attack Speed Mastery.
So much catches my eye.
Okay, Harmonized skill. I'm assuming this has some sort of like extra movement thing. Grants attack speed +6, Resonant Blades, and unit can move 1 extra space. Okay, yeah, there it is. To unit and allies from the same titles as unit for 1 turn and neutralizes any penalties on unit and allies from the same titles as units. Okay, there we go. Very nice. So, not like the craziest one. But I guess in something like Summoner's Duels, for 1 turn, you can have that really, really good. Although we have gotten a lot of +1 movement these days. I wonder which units would be most effective for this. Okay, so we have against Smur here. There's the sweep that we saw. And the resonance.
Is this alright?
And then it cancels out, alright. Okay, that only did 18. I'm assuming the second one hits. There we go. Okay. Judging from the damage there, I'm not feeling too confident, but like... I mean, sweep is really, really good. It's just that I don't know if it's like... We've had a lot in NCD these days, so like... But I guess against Mer, it's good. I don't know how this will do against Amelia, though. That's the thing. I guess we'll have to test the combat. Again, I think her support is really, really good. Like, again, the special jump and the null guard is really, really good. And the harmonized skill can definitely make things a lot more offensive. I wonder... I'm trying to remember what, like, titles are in Radiant Dawn, I assume. Is it Radiant Dawn or is it Path of Radiance? I think it's Path of Radiance. Path of Radiance and Fates. What like units are meta right now from there? I can't remember, honestly. Who knows? Maybe after this recording, I'll figure something out on what teams this could be good for. But I can't like remember. I can't think of anything on the top of my head because like Emblem Ike is Radiant Dawn. Funnily enough. At least I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, we'll have to test out the combat to see if the combat's good enough to warrant slotting her in. And yeah, we do see Takumi there. But yeah. Overall, very, very interesting banner. I wouldn't say any of these units are must summons by any means, to be perfectly honest. Honestly, I think the biggest meta impact, if I had to predict, again, take this with a grain of salt, literally first minute impressions here. I think literally the biggest impact is just like the new CANTO control skill that we've gotten. Like, obviously, Sather and Lyon has been... Honestly, Lyon especially has been falling off because of Breath of Life. But now, if this CANTO control skill gets widespread, then it's actually like literally useless. I mean, Lyon will still be a pretty good nuke, but yeah, it'll definitely fall even more. So, again, I think that would be the biggest impact because I don't know. I think Mia will be a very good melee frontline, but we've had a bunch of melee frontlines, so I don't know if that changes much. We'll have to see if it's like that much more powerful than our current options to warrant a shift. Lucia, I'm going to be completely honest, I was not impressed, especially during that showcase where frickin' Loki put Lucia down to 1 HP. That was like a big yikes moment. And Nephany, I need to see it in action, I think. Again, the support is good. We just need to make sure that the combat is also good. And I think we'll only really know once we actually get her in the game and do some testing. Personally, even if she's really, really good, I'm going to skip. I don't think any of these are, again, must-haves by any means. Again, I think literally the new CANTO control is like probably the thing to look at the most, if I'm going to be honest. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on this banner. Do let me know. And yeah, if you did enjoy this, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz to help support the channel. Only takes 5 seconds to subscribe, but truly just helps the channel out. I really appreciate all the constant support. And yeah, a big shout out to the members of the channel. Really, really do appreciate it. Obviously, you don't have to be a member if you don't want to, but I wouldn't be here where I am without all your constant support, and I'm really, really grateful. And yeah, hope you all have an amazing rest of the day, and see you all next time. Bye, everyone.